Welcome to the time management video. One of the most common reasons students are not successful or struggle during their freshman year is inefficient time management. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the many assignments, classes, appointments, and meetings. Managing all of it is probably new to you. So your goal is to use effective strategies for managing your time. The question you should ask yourself throughout this video clip is, how am I using my time, and how can I use my time more efficiently? You've made two major investments in college so far, a financial investment and a time investment. Your financial investment, whether you are paying for it yourself or someone else's, it's a significant amount of money. You're spending a significant amount of money on tuition each semester. Wow, that is a lot. Now think about the cost per course. If you're taking 5 3-credit-hour courses, this is the cost per course. That would be a heck of a vacation, don't you think? Now, if each class meets 3 times a week, what's the cost per class? Take a guess. Did you guess right? What about if your class meets 2 times a week? Wow, that's a sizable amount also. Now, if each class meets only once a week, wow, that's a lot of money. So each time you miss a class, calculate the amount of money that you wasted and even count those classes that you daydreamed through. You know the investment of time is significant also. Assuming 5 3-credit courses, you're in class only 15 hours a week. The rest of the time, which is 153 hours, you get to budget as you wish. The more efficiently you do it, though, the more successful you will be. The key to your success is your ability to balance social responsibilities with academic responsibilities. You're in college for both social reasons and academic reasons, but obviously academic is primary. You will find throughout your 4 years that the social experiences you have are invaluable. So learning to balance the two is very important. I'm referring to social as any kind of work experience that you have to do, any activities that you're involved in, interacting with your friends, acquiring new friends. Also, any athletic, both intramural or intercollegiate activities you participate in. All of that represents your social world in college. Planning and organizing is the key to managing your time. Here are some of the top 3 keys for success. Number 1, schedule catch-up time. Use the time for tasks that don't get done during times you anticipated working on them. This safety net time proves invaluable. Sometimes everything won't go as planned, so allow yourself time for that inevitability. Number 2, schedule yourself realistically. Time yourself initially to see how long it takes you to do a typical assignment in each course, or how long before your attention span wanes. Once you know how much time it takes for you to be productive in order to complete a typical assignment, you can schedule an appropriate amount of time. Number 3, use time between classes. Once you are on campus, don't go back to your dorm or apartment for the quick nap, which usually lasts 2 to 3 hours. Find an empty classroom, or one of the libraries on campus, or find a study room or lounge to use for a study group meeting or completing your own assignments, revising a paper, or any other assignment you need to complete. I'm going to talk about 2 strategies to help you look more closely at your time management, which should get you ultimately to more social and stress-free time. The first strategy is the 20-minute test prep. This strategy was created when a student came to me saying she had a very short attention span and couldn't see how she could get through college, not to mention any one course. So we worked together and came up with this strategy called the 20-minute test prep. Oh boy, do I love this one. But what's more important is that my students find it very effective. Notice it guides you through your work in 20-minute segments. Okay, so after class, review your day's notes, but only for 20 minutes. And then create some kind of a study aid, an outline, a graphic organizer, a keyword diagram, whatever. Convert the text to something that's more visual. At the end of each week, take 10 minutes to review that week's work in each course, and then spend 10 minutes creating 5 to 10 anticipated test questions in each course. A week before the exam, begin reviewing by topic. So why does this strategy work? Well, 1, it reinforces repetition or distributed practice. You are an academic athlete now, so you don't just learn something one day and not think about it again. You're distributing your practice just like other athletes. 2, it works because it gets you to restructure the information by creating your own study aid. Remember, you're learning that information by doing, so it doesn't seem like studying. 3, you create a possible test question which you anticipate will be asked by your professor. 4, it forces you to stay focused and prepared for each class. You know you have to do something with that information after class, so you are more intentional during class. Once again, check out Chapter 3 for a more detailed description. Give it a try because you will experience how effective it is for learning and for studying for exams. No more cramming for you. Another time management strategy is the Fritter Finder, which was developed with some of my students who felt they had no time to get everything done that they were responsible for doing. Students who are more visually oriented love color-coding their time, so they can clearly see when their time is committed to specific responsibilities that are non-negotiable. They can see when they are free and when they have to be in class and when they have to work. So check out the description of Fritter Finder in Chapter 3. You should now be trying the strategies out. First, create your own Fritter Finder. It's not that difficult. Take a blank schedule, fill in all your classes and required activities such as practice times, work, appointments. Once you see the impact color has, you can see where you can put in your study time, errands, and social time. Remember, don't forget social time, although I doubt I need to remind you of that. Next, try the 20-minute test prep. See how well it will work for you. When you were growing up, your parents, teachers, tutors, or coaches managed your time for you. They reminded you when you had to be someplace, which classes to take, what was due, and when to practice. Now in college, you have to manage all of that by yourself. It is your job to be prepared and get to class. It is your job to do your assignments, whether your professor checks on it or not. It is your job to make appointments and meet your tutor and attend practice and run errands, not to mention doing laundry. The strategies in this video can be a lifesaver, so get started now. Good luck.